Hey guys, Caroline here. Today is the 26th of May 2020, and I've been thinking about doing a proper series on match betting for quite a while, and I've decided to get started on it this week. So this video is just going to be an introduction to exactly what I'll be covering in the series. So if you've been someone who's followed my channel for quite some time, you'll know that it started off as just a diary. It was a match betting diary, and it's the most of what I've done is posted these profit diaries videos. Sort of, I started off daily, then I went on to weekly. Over the last few months, they've been more sporadic, but it's been quite unstructured. I've never actually taught how to do match betting. I mean, there've been the odd videos that I've done here and there where I've showed how to use various tools and so forth, but I've never actually done a proper course. But it's something that people have asked me to do for quite some time. And I started in August of 2018, so I'm quite experienced now. A few months' time, it's going to be 2 years that I've been doing match betting, and I've earned a fair bit of money with it so far. So I think it's something that I could pass on. So there are other alternatives out there. You've got other YouTube channels and websites that teach match betting. So you're probably wondering what's different about what I'm doing. So I'm going to be teaching core concepts of how it works, how to understand the various offers, so that you can learn how to do it yourself rather than just showing you kind of a walkthrough. This is how you do this offer and that offer and so forth. A lot of other channels have guides for every single offer that's out there, and I'm not going to be doing that because it would be too long and it'd be very repetitive. So I'm going to be teaching you the concepts which you can apply so that you can then do any match betting that comes along. So what I want to do here is a course which is specific to match betting in the current times. Now, as I record this is May 2020, we are in the midst of a global pandemic, the coronavirus, COVID-19. And of course, this has rocked the world of sports over the past few months, and it's going to continue. Now, things are starting to return, which is one of the reasons why I've decided to start this series, because I actually think that the pandemic does bring its own opportunities, which I'll discuss in a moment. But one thing I've noticed is that every year people put this video out that says, is match betting still worth it in 2018, 2019, 2020? And I just want to address that very briefly on this video as to my take on it. In my opinion, whether or not something is worth it is not a question that can be answered by anyone on YouTube, because whether it is worth it is completely individual. It's whether it is worth it to you. Now, what you'll probably see on other channels is people saying match betting is dead, it's over, it's harder to make money. Now, the reality is match betting now compared to a year, 2 year, more years ago, is that the offers which are available are not as lucrative. There aren't as many offers, and some of them do not actually prove profitable to do. And what that means to your bottom line is that you'll spend more time making the same amount of money that you did a couple of years ago. So if you think of it in terms of an hourly rate, it's not that great. I couldn't put a number on it, but really the only way to know if match betting is worth it in 2020 for you is for you to try it and see if it is worth your time. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, personally, I think that this is something that, although the key concepts are the same, things do change over time. They've changed dramatically just in the 18 months, 2 years that I've been doing it. And so I don't think that any course that out there, I don't think it could be timeless. I think it's fairly limited. So I'm planning to do a course for now, and if I'm still around, in another year, I'll do another one in 2021. So getting on to, doing this now, we are in a lockdown in the UK. I mean, it's starting to ease a little bit. People are going back to work, but if you're one of these people who's working from home, you've got the internet, you've got your computer, but you're kind of at home a lot. This is a good thing to do because it's something that you don't need any externals for. You don't need to leave the house. You can just do it at home on a computer, tablet, phone. And as I said a moment ago, the pandemic, I think, brings its own opportunities. I think there's two specific things which are unique to the current times, which haven't been around before and probably won't be in the future. So first of all, with matched betting, generally speaking, we want to kind of stay under the radar of the bookies, which is something I'm going to explain a bit later in the series. But what that means is that generally speaking, you're looking to bet on more prominent events. So for example, if you're betting on football, you're more likely to place a bet on a game in the Premier League than some second division Czechoslovakian league, for example. But right now, we don't have the Premier League or the Champions League or anything in England, League One, League Two, nothing. And so the bookies are desperate to get people to bet on anything. So you can bet on literally anything. And it's not just football, it's any sports. They've been promoting table tennis, darts, esports. Lots of bookmakers have suddenly started featuring esports. They never even did a year ago. So you've got lots more betting opportunities now, and you can get away with it, which means if you were to kind of make a mistake, if you don't know much about sports and you don't really know what to bet on, for right now it doesn't matter, which means you're going to have an easier time of it starting now. And on a similar vein, match betting, at its core, is actually rather simple. However, there's many facets to it, and it can actually get quite involved. There's quite a lot you can do when you really get into it. And some people find that they get a little bit overwhelmed at first. But right now, because the sports are coming back slowly, I think this is a good time to start, because you don't have to worry about missing out on a load of things if you start slow and just do a couple of offers here and there, maybe do one a day, for the next few weeks, because you're not missing anything, because there's not many sports. So I think it's a really good time to start right now. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video, and the next one I'm actually going to talk about exactly what match betting is and give you a hard example. I shall do it on the screen in front of you and show you exactly how it works. So the first few videos in this series are going to be kind of theoretical, and then afterwards it'll be a very practical series, actually showing you on the screen what I'm doing and exactly how it's done. Another thing I'd just like to say is that I do really welcome your feedback. I have got a kind of a course sort of curriculum mapped out, like a rough map of what I want to be covering in the series, but I also want to adapt it to what you guys want. I've got quite a few subscribers on this channel now, and of course I know that the vast majority of you are here interested in match betting. So if there is something that you want to know about, please tell me in the comments, and I will adjust the course according to your feedback as I go along. So I hope you find it interesting, and also for those of you that are interested in the value betting course, I will be doing both of these at the same time on the channel. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys.